Fighting for a title is the dream of every UFC fighter, but every now and again there'll come a fighter who goes out there and completely shits the bed. And that's what we're here to talk about today. Who are the worst UFC title challengers of all times? Let's start straight away with number 5, Marlon Cheeto Vera. Now, this was the first title defense of Sean O'Malley, and Cheeto just did what Cheeto does. Nothing really. He was so passive throughout the fight, did not attempt a single takedown, just plodded forward and got pieced up. I mean, there's not much to say. O'Malley looked phenomenal, but wow, man, Cheeto really, for a guy who said, I'm an immigrant, I have the immigrant mentality, I am this, I am that, he was a total fucking disappointment. Now, number 4, Cyril Gane losing to John Jones at UFC 285. John Jones returning after 3 years, looking flabby as fuck. Just look at that midsection. And Cyril Gane kicks him in the nuts, gets taken down right after that, and just submitted. Now, I'm not making any allegations here, but if you showed that to me as someone who's not a UFC fan, I'd be like, this is some WWE shit. This is some WWE shit. Cyril took a dive. This was the second time he was fighting for a title, coming off a win over Tai Tuivasa, where he got dropped. Completely undeserved title shot, if you ask me, but there was no one else to fight for the title anyway. And yeah, I mean, what a disappointment this was. A lot of people were actually picking Cyril Gane over a flabby John Jones who lost to Dominic Reyes, went to a split decision with former middleweight Thiago Santos, and could not finish Anthony Smith. And Cyril Gane just lost to him by a first round submission. Number 3, Colby Covington losing to Leon Edwards by a decision at UFC 296. Now, this was the third time Colby was fighting for the title. He's old as hell. Donald Trump was sitting in the audience, and Colby Covington went out there and did nothing. He literally did not push the pace, did not try and get takedowns on Leon Edwards consistently, and all that talk about Leon's dad, the shit he spoke, came up to nothing. And with that excuse which Covington always makes, oh, I was trying to sell the fight. He never really got the advantages of selling the fight because he never got pay-per-view points. He was always the challenger, and Leon Edwards made money out of it. And that's about it. This guy is such a loser. I can't stand this guy. And I was okay with his shtick initially, but man, the shit he said about Leon's dad, threatening to go to John Anik's house and kill him in front of his daughters or whatever he said, was just abysmal. Now, moving on to this guy's disgusting, by the way. Moving on to number 2, Paulo Costa losing to Israel Adesanya at UFC 253 at Fight Island in Abu Dhabi. This was such a disappointing performance by Paulo Costa. These two had such a heated rivalry moving into the fight, and Paulo Costa was looking like a marauder before this, but yeah, he was so scared of Izzy, got pieced up by the leg kicks, barely threw any strikes. He threw 12 strikes throughout the fight. What was he doing out there? And the thing with this, if you look at this knockout, it didn't even land clean on the chin or at the back of the or behind the ear. Nothing of the sorts. It pretty much just whiffed the top of his head. He fell and then got dry humped by Israel Adesanya, the creep. Now, this is where the drum roll, please. The worst performance by a title challenger in UFC Championship history is Darren the Gorilla Till. Now, this guy ain't no gorilla. He's a total schmuck, in my opinion. Had some of the most embarrassing losses in UFC history, but nothing compares to this. He this fight lasted for 2 rounds about, and this guy attempted, landed zero significant strikes, had total strike attempt of 1, no takedowns, no submission attempts, no reversals, did nothing through the fight, got knocked down badly by Woodley. And what makes this so much worse is Woodley has not won a single fight since. He lost to Usman since then. He lost to Luke after that. He lost to Gilbert Burns, lost to Colby Covington, and eventually got cut from the UFC, and has since then gone on to lose boxing matches to Jake Paul and Anderson Silva. This is such an embarrassing loss. I can't believe what Darren Till was doing. And just by the way, Darren Till had missed weight for his fight before this. He fought Wonderboy in a fight where I thought Wonderboy actually won that fight, but you could give it to Till, but he missed weight. He's a schmuck, and this was an awful performance. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.